First game of the week is on a Friday night, actually. And this is a great matchup. This one is being played on Friday night, 7 p.m. on ESPN, UNLV versus Kansas. And I say versus Kansas, as y'all know, Kansas's stadium is actually being renovated this year. So they'll be playing at Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City, Kansas. I believe this is where the professional soccer team plays at, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Brad has it confirmed. Kansas currently favored in this game by 7. This is an intriguing matchup, Brad. Barry Odom leads his UNLV Rebels out to Kansas to take on the Kansas Jayhawks. And these are two prominent programs that have had decent success in the last couple of years. We saw what Jalen Daniels could do last year, been banged up back and forth, and now he's got a chance to hopefully get a full season under his belt. Brad, I'll turn it over to you. Thoughts on this game and who comes out on top in Kansas City?
Yeah, Nate, we've talked about Kansas, I feel like, a lot here on Break the Huddle. We're both big fans of head coach Lance Leopold. He has done an incredible job there in Lawrence. Of course, that's such a tough place to recruit, and Kansas has, of course, never been a historical program. In the win-loss column, they've been more known for, the 3-9, the 2-10 seasons, but he's turned that program around. It came as a really big surprise to me last week when they slipped up against Illinois. This is one of the teams, probably one of the 5 or 6 teams, that was one of the favorites in a wide-open Big 12. And look, that was a non-conference game. Man, they've got everything to play for in their season. So it's a disappointing loss, but still, all their achievements, all their goals are still very, very much in front of them. You mentioned Jalen Daniels. They need this guy to stay healthy, and so far he's been good. And Nate, the completion percentage is not great. On the year, he's 27 for 47, so they need to get that completion percentage up. Devin Neal, their talented running back, they need to get him going. He's been good so far, averaging 9.7 yards per carry, so that's good numbers. But man, Nate, you mentioned, and I know you're a huge fan of Barry Odom, what he's doing out at UNLV, and they run a really, really unique offense. So if you get a chance to watch this game, watch it. Their offensive coordinator, Brennan Marion, who's kind of jumped all over the place. He was at Texas a couple years ago, but they run a very, very interesting offense. And Nate, just kind of researching this game, this was a guy I was not familiar with, but UNLV starting quarterback, a guy by the name of Matthew Sluka, actually came from Holy Cross. So, one of these FCS to FBS transfers. And man, what a year he's having. 5 touchdowns, 1 pick. But Nate, he's also the leading rusher for this team. But man, it blew my mind. On the year, 111 carries, 699 yards. Man, this team runs the football and they're good. So Nate, my prediction, I think UNLV keeps it extremely close. I like this team. I think we're both of the opinion that Barry Odom probably is going to get some offers if they have another really good season. He's going to get some Power 4 offers. I think so, and I think you would agree with that because look, this guy had some good seasons at Missouri, but I think Kansas. I think Jalen Daniels, Devin Neal make just a few more plays. I think they've got a few more playmakers, and Kansas wins this one in a close one. 7, I could see that. I think it's going to be close going to the fourth quarter, and Kansas just finds a way to win.
Yeah, Brad, and you bring up some great points. I mean, you talk about Jalen Daniels, you talk about Barry Odom, you talk about Matthew Sluka, who the transfer from Holy Cross has put up some great numbers. Listen, this UNLV team in the last 2 games, and I get it, it's first 2 weeks against Cupcakes, but they've outscored their opponent 99-21. This is a team that likes to put up a lot of points, and they've proven it on defense. Barry Odom, big on defense, loves to be physical at the point of attack, and I think to your point, it's a 7-point spread. It dropped down or went up a little bit, I think, to 7.5. But either way, around that 7 range, you got to believe that this is going to be a pretty close game. When you look at Kansas, though, look at a running back like Devin Neal, 22 carries, 213 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's averaging 9.4 yards per carry right now, and that's pretty good. Kansas can keep that up, and, I mean, that's a first down every run, pretty much, right? So when you look at the Kansas Jayhawks, you got to believe RPO, they're going to have a good chance in this one. UNLV is going to have to slow down that run game if they're going to have a chance. They're going to have to force Jalen Daniels to throw it. Barry Odom's got to say, make Jalen beat us in the pass game. And I think in the end, though, I agree with you. I think Jalen Daniels has a good game. I think he's just slightly better. I think Sluka is going to be playing in a hostile environment in Kansas, and I think the Kansas Jayhawks slip this one out. Let us know down in the comments who you believe is going to win this matchup between the UNLV Rebels and the Kansas Jayhawks.